It's very slow paced, but it's there. Like, you don't see it, but you feel it every day that you wake up. You kind of feel like it's like a heavy coat, like it's really heavy on your shoulders. You kind of leave it in the closet for like Friday night and then pick it up on Sunday afternoon, and this is why Sunday afternoons suck a lot. Hello guys, and welcome to another video. I'm here with my tea and we're gonna spill the tea. Sweatshirt. Is it a sweatshirt? Oh my god, I'm always saying these words wrong. No one is correcting me in the comments. Please do not be polite. Just every time I'm making a lookbook and I'm saying the wrong word, please correct me, because I keep on saying it and I think it's correct, and because English is not my first language, things like this happen a lot. But yeah, this cardigan, is it a cardigan? It's a knitted top. I don't know if you can see the color. It's a very dark purple and the texture is honestly dreamy. Look at this. And it's so soft. It's a velvet type of wool, like fake wool of course, but it's kind of velvety and I absolutely love it so much. And I thrifted it for like £2 when I was in Scotland. Oh my god. But yeah, in today's video I want to talk about a topic that it's really hard for everybody, and if you're struggling as me, let's all aboard the burnout train. Where is my ukulele? I need a ukulele for this. I don't know, I woke up sassy today. What can you do? As an ADHD girly, I struggle with chronic burnout. I don't know if there is an easier way to say this, but I've been bringing this all to myself. Okay, let's not make it as if I am the villain here. Society is the villain. I'm not even remotely close to being serious in this video. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is. I feel like the way I've been living my life since I was a little girl was to just do things, because I had a lot of interests and special like interests, hobbies, things like that, and I also had to do chores for school, and I couldn't stop doing the things I like to do, but at the same time I had my parents. They were like very strict about it, about doing my homework and things like that. Don't want to get into dark details, but they were very strict, to the point where it would cause my little girlish soul to be broken and anxious all the freaking time about terms and my homework and everything like that. And I had to do everything correctly, like I had to do everything right. So I grew up to be a perfectionist girly. I had to be good at like school, I had to be good at what I was doing, I had to do everything basically. And I feel like when I was younger, it wasn't that obvious. I don't know how else to call it. It was invisible. It still is invisible actually, because I am masking a lot, and a lot of people are masking a lot when we're talking about things like this. It's very internalized, and when it starts to manifest, it looks like depression and anxiety, but it's basically a lot of masking and struggling internally. And so I was starting to be a young adult. I was going to uni. I had so many classes that I failed. I was at like the third year and I had failed most of the classes from the first and the second year. I was lying to my parents. I was like, I'm good, I'm only like, I have 1-2 classes failed and I'm gonna pass them. It's nothing, it's the easiest one, because I kept them. I wanted a higher mark and I kept them like that, and I had no idea what to do. Because like the fourth year was coming and I had to like have a degree, because I had been lying to my parents, and they're gonna be disappointed and probably kick me out, and I had to somehow pass all the classes from the first year and the second year and also the third year that I was currently attending. And I don't know how, but I did it. And it wasn't because I tried hard. I mean, I tried hard, I studied a bit, but I had developed a very crazy system where I was cheating. And that's because I'm really against academia. I hate academia, and that's very funny coming from someone who's doing their masters at the moment and has like a couple. I have a lot of degrees for some reason, I don't know, and they're all different. Like I have a computer science degree, I have a graphic design degree, and I'm doing a master's in creative writing at the moment, which I really need to finish my diploma. Final paper, I need to like finish it and get the degree, but oh fucking well. So yeah, I've been a high achiever and I started to be tired from it. Basically, I was dead. I've been having TMI. I've been having a lot of panic attacks daily and bowel problems, like diarrhea. Anxiety hits me like this. It hits my gut. I think it's very common actually. So yeah, nothing to be ashamed of, okay? I have been shitting myself everywhere. Anyway. I started because I also have health anxiety, and at that time in my life, I was 21, I was in the mid of like exams and I tried to pass more than 30 classes at the same time, and I did it. It was like a superpower, but it literally took pieces of me, of my mental and physical health. I started having symptoms like IBS, intolerances like lactose intolerance, gluten, like everything I ate gave me like a negative reaction. I had issues with it, I had nausea, I had diarrhea, everything. I had night terrors, I had sleep paralysis. I've made a few videos in this channel about my sleep paralysis demons because they were very recurrent, and I had been seeing a lot of the same things here and there, so it was like specific demons that were visiting me. Like if you want to see it from a creative perspective, it's really fun, but since that period ended, I had never, I think it happened once or twice since then, but it was the most, like the period in my life where I had my first and like the most sleep paralysis experiences. So I know it's because of stress now, also the panic attacks and everything. I was anxious about having another panic attack during class or during like the bus ride, and so I'd had a panic attack because of that. I had to be great at everything because I felt like the end of the world was coming. I don't know, I had feelings like it's very black and white, like if I fail this, I am a failure. And like I was living in these absolutes, and my then relationship was failing at that time. I was trauma bonded with someone. I started having unaliving thoughts, honestly. Yeah, I don't want to make it dark, but it happens. I mean, and the stigma here, it's normal to have unaliving thoughts. Like the human brain, I call these brain farts, you know, you have a thought like and it can happen. I think it's part of the human condition. When things are really bad, you start thinking, what if I, you know, didn't exist? Just too much to handle, I don't know, and I don't feel like we're equipped to handle this much stress. And I mean, if a tiger or a lion was chasing me, I would understand, but for this, I really hate academia. This is why I said I didn't want to study hard and actually enjoy, like I didn't even like the computer science degree that I have. The only reason I now feel lucky I have it is because I was able to do a master's in something that I enjoyed. So other than that, I gave literally zero shits about the subjects, and I didn't mind. I just wanted to pass the exam with the lowest mark possible, so I cheated. And like I don't know how I pulled it off. It was crazy, like the systems I made. I even made things in my nails. I made little papers on knee socks everywhere. There were some like classes that you were able to have notes with you while like on the exams, and I switched all the time the notes with actual cheating sheets and things like that. And they were testing you. They were able to like check and see if you're cheating. It was very strict, and somehow I cheated everyone. I have no idea. I'm not gonna do it again in my life. It was super stressful. But for some reason I did it, and it took a toll on me. It took me months to recover from it, actually, because afterwards, I think it was the summer was insufferable. I literally want to die. And then the fall was kind of and then the winter came and everything started to cool down. Christmas was around the corner, and I started taking care of my physical health. I started doing exams, things like that, to see like blood tests and things like that, and everything was great. So, well, I think it was stress. And yeah, it took me like the whole month of December, January and February, I think, to recover from it. And for it I had to absolutely do nothing. You need to just relax and start doing nothing, which is crazy to me. And I'm in a similar loop at the moment, because I thought that exams and failed classes and things like that were the most stressful thing that could happen in my life, but I had no idea how it is to be in a job that you hate, be very negative about your future, have to pay rent, to do chores, to do all these things, to barely have time for your special interests. I feel like if I'm gonna go back in time and say this to little Ophelia, she would hang herself out. I've been really struggling lately, and I know when this happens, it takes me a few weeks to months to actually catch myself doing it, but I feel like I am dissociating from myself and kind of see myself doing things in pilot mode, like airplane, like everything is automated. I don't know how to say this. I'm like, I wake up, go to job, work, be anxious about everything, try to do as much housework, cook, things like that, and then have a few hours to cool down and sleep, and then again rinse and repeat. And I also, the hugest symptom of this is being depressed on a Sunday afternoon, because you realize you have to do it again, and oh my god, today is Saturday and I'm gonna be like this tomorrow, and oh my god, the impending doom, the feeling of impending doom. I hate this so much. And I know, like, now that I'm not living with my parents and I have to pay rent, I cannot stop this, but I feel like it's draining me and it's taking pieces from me, and I don't feel like I'm living for my work. I work to live. Actually, now that I say these out loud, I hate both of these statements. I hate both of these statements. I will never leave to work, and I will never work to live. Although I do it, I know, because we live in a capitalistic society. I know you have to do it, but I really don't want to depend my life on it. I want the main focus of my life to be my art and, well, my life, and not my employer's life. I don't give two shits about it, and I honestly have really dark thoughts about the subject, the industry. I mean, I'm a graphic designer and we mainly do digital things for marketing and ads, and I feel like this is so meaningless. I know it like pays my rent and brings food on my table, but I feel like it's so dystopian. Like, I basically get paid to do something that you cannot even touch, and I have this part of me that has these thoughts, but at the same time it's like I'm on a train and it has no stops. The only stop of this train is when it gets derailed, and so yeah, I will know that I need to stop when panic attacks will start happening, when health issues will start happening, when my relationships collapse. This is when I realize, okay, I need to stop. And I had a little bit of this like 6-7 months ago, when I quit my then job and pursued a freelance career, which, by the way, for the whole summer it went great, but now it's kind of low, and so I had to take another office job. Thank God it's fully remote this time, but again, the workload is crazy. Again, I hate having to work for 8 hours straight, because I don't feel my creativity is only for these 8 hours. I don't know, argue with the wall. And I really hate being micromanaged and having someone mess with my initial thoughts. Like, it really messes with my creativity, I don't know. Like, I have cool ideas and then they get derailed. And also another hot take for this, I hate teamwork. I don't know, but for like, if there's like more than one, even, okay, like I can take 2 people, alright? But if there are more than 2 people on a project or a single project and they're involved, it's gonna be chaos and it's gonna be bad. And I'm not talking about workload in terms of having to do a lot of things that are very typical and you have to follow a few rules to finish them. I'm talking about creative things. Like, someone may have an idea, you can discuss it with someone else and kind of curate something, but if there are more than 2 people, it's not gonna be cohesive, it's gonna be chaotic, it's gonna be whatever, because your vision, someone may like your vision and they'll be like, I really love this, let's do this, and then they propose something that's completely the opposite of what you had in mind, and then you have to do this because the person who says this is above you in like the hierarchy. You have to do that, and it's very, I don't know, it kinda blocks me creatively. And this has been happening since October, I think. It was the first time I realized, like after a month of working where I was working, I realized that it's happening. And I tried to dissociate myself then, and I'm here now. I feel like I'm more tired than ever and I want to stop, but I don't have any alternatives. So at the current time I'm just trying. And I feel my body failing me. I feel like I'm so tired. Either I lose myself in my projects and have 0 time for friends, or I am out all the time, staying up late and drinking and not doing any of my projects, feeling very creatively numb. I don't know. And even in my office job, I feel like creatively I'm not good. I'm like my performance is not good. Like, it's above average, of course, and no one's complaining about it, but for my standards it's not that good. Like, I feel my brain is blocked creatively and productively, and I need a break. I desperately need a break to ease my soul, like rest, body. Like, there's a lot of types of burnout I've been researching recently. So there's emotional, there's stimulations kind of thing. There's an overstimulation burnout, there's emotional burnout, there's physical burnout, psychological burnout, there's so many, like social burnout as well. There's so many things, it's not just one, and I feel like I am collecting all the infinity stones at the moment, and I know pretty soon that I'm gonna have my social burnout as well, and I'm gonna disappear from the face of the earth, and all my friends will be concerned that something bad is happening, but I'll be at my room doing my doodles and my jewelry and my music and recording videos like this here. And I don't know, you guys, I really hate, I feel like I've been living in circles. I see the symptoms, like I start doing something bad happens, I see the symptoms, it takes me so long to break the cycle, and most of the time it's not depending on me, because on my previous job I was able to quit it and finally rest because I had some freelancing gigs. Like, I had a contract with an agency and I was able to work in my own time and choose projects, and it was great, but that stopped. Like, all good things come to an end. And now I don't have that choice. And although I try to find clients online, it's so hard, and I know that I need to be patient and educate myself more and do all the things and try new things. And I love, because I love my job, I love doing this, but I feel like I don't have the spark in me anymore. I don't know, and I know this happens because of exhaustion and burnout, and it's been happening for months now. This is what chronic burnout looks like. It's very slow paced, but it's there. Like, you don't see it, but you feel it every day that you wake up. You kind of feel like it's like a heavy coat, like it's really heavy on your shoulders. You kind of leave it in the closet for like Friday night and then pick it up on Sunday afternoon, and this is why Sunday afternoons suck a lot. It's because you've been living like a day and a half so carefree and then you put the coat on and remember how heavy it was, and that you'll have to have this heavy thing on your shoulders for the whole next week. And then the whole next week happens, and each day it kind of gets a little bit better, and not because it is better, but because you just get used to it, get used to the shitty feeling, get used to the pain, get used to the exhaustion, to all the resentful thoughts and feelings you have inside your little soul. And by the time Friday comes, you cannot even feel its heaviness, because you know you're gonna take it off anytime now. And then you do, and it feels so good, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing, I forgot how this feeling was. And then you wear it again, and the cycle begins again. And I feel like I'm in a treadmill, honestly. The treadmill is going like this, and I'm the little hamster that's like lying down and going around. And yeah, I spilled some tea while doing this. It smells really good though. Anyway, this is my burnout story. This is my relationship with burnout. Is it healthy? Hell no. Can you relate with this? Let me know. See you in my next video. I will now go and drink my cold tea and try to relax my cold heart. See you in my next video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Yada yada yada. You know the drill. Bye.